Hey guys, welcome back to V-La-Nessa. Now today is another J1 video and this is all about getting your visa. A lot of you have been requesting this video, and even though it was in the pipeline, I decided that today is going to be the day I'm going to release this video. Now if this is your first time watching this video, please just stop, subscribe, turn on the post notification so that whenever I release another video you will be the first to know. And if you have already subscribed, just like up the video, and welcome back to your girl V-La-Nessa. Now I hope that many of you had a successful interview with your employers yesterday or whichever day you had the interview, and please do drop a comment down below. Let us know how was your interview. Now today I'm going to talk about 3 topics, right? I'm going to talk about my experiences going to the embassy, and I'm also going to talk about the stuff that you need to take with you when you're going to the embassy and the questions that they're going to ask. I also have this book that the embassy will give to you. They gave it to me 3 times now, so I assume they're going to give it to you, and I'm going to teach you your way around this book because they're going to ask you questions that you will need to answer. Now this is my experiences, and many persons probably have different experiences, but this is just my experiences. I'm going to share it with you and this may help you. The first time when I went to the embassy, I was super nervous because I know how intimidating they can be, and the fact that I went for my 10-year visa before and I was denied, I was so nervous, and I didn't have anyone to tell me do's and the don't, what to bring and all those stuff, so I was clueless to everything. Nevertheless, I went into the interview and they asked me 3 questions, and after I answered the 3 questions confidently, they granted me my visa and told me that I could pick it up at DHL or come back to the office, and I told them I would go to DHL. Now when I came out, I was like, that was just it. It was so easy. I didn't have to bust no sweat, and I was super happy. Now the second year around, I wasn't so much nervous because I had experience in the past and I knew what they were going to ask. I was just super confident. I went in, the same thing happened, and I came out. Now the third year, which is in 2019, and I don't know if a lot of you had experience in 2019 with the embassy, but that was a year to remember. They turned down around 60% of students, and it was so nerve-wracking all over. A lot of agencies had to refund the students their money, and it was so nerve-wracking. I had an advantage over most of the students because my date was far ahead, my visa date was far ahead. So what I did was to listen to the complaints and all those who failed and grab onto them, act upon them, and ensure that I had no loopholes when I go to the embassy. And if they ask me for something, I will present it to them because, hey, I was on my A game. And these are, I'm going to tell you in my next point, because these are stuff that I had that grant me the visa in 2019. So I don't know if you guys went to the embassy 2019 and was denied, or know if anybody was denied, but it was nerve-wracking. And last year I don't think a lot of persons went to the embassy because of the whole pandemic, but this year I think it may be somewhat like the third year, but not so hard. Now I'm going to walk you through the steps of the things that you need that will possibly get you that visa, like how I got the visa in 2019. The list of stuff you need is going to be provided by your agent. Now there are some other stuff that I recommend you to get. Even though it may cost you some money, it's better to lose $1,000 or $2,000 than to lose $300 US out of your program fee, because if you're denied, you know that certain percentage of the amount you paid, they won't return it back to you. Now the stuff that the agency will give you are the stuff that they asked you for upon the stuff that they will get from your sponsors. When you go to your agency, they ask you to bring a status letter, transcript, passport size photo, and a copy of your passport or ID or any other information that they may need so that they can send it off to your sponsor. right? And your sponsor in return is going to give them your civic form, DS form, and your insurance card. Now all of these documents is supposed to be in a folder given to you before the day of your appointment. Now the transcript is what you get from your school, showing all your grades that you got, and it have your GPA on there. The agency normally asks you for all these documents in October, and when you give them your transcript in October, it doesn't have everything on there. I'm going to get to that soon. Your status letter should state that you're a full-time student, right? So these are the stuff that they're going to give you. Now additionally to that, right, this is what I recommend. Because your transcript doesn't have your fall grade on it, I would recommend that you get another transcript in January thereabouts, so that the falls grade can reflect on it, because the embassy is looking for this, right? They want to see that you actually did 5 courses or 4 courses or courses that match up to 12 credits, because that's a requirement, right? And also, even though you're going to get a status letter, I would recommend that you get another status letter or a letter, I don't know what they may call it at your school, but something that say that you're presently doing X, Y, and Z, right? Because last year they turned down students because they didn't have the proof to show that they're actually doing the 4 courses that they were recommending to do. And the reason for this is because we all know that a lot of persons want to cheat the system, right? So what students normally do is they do their 4 courses in the falls because that's the transcript that they need, right? And then in spring they would do probably 2 courses or 1 courses, just to stretch out the period that they can go on the work and travel more than once. No, the embassy pick up on this and realize that the students are trying to cheat the system. So in 2019 they ensure that they ask the student, what are you presently doing and do you have proof to show? So I would recommend that you get a letter stating that, hey, this is Vanessa and she's doing 4 courses, which is academic writing, marketing management, accounting, and production management, along with your status letter that states you're a full-time student. If you have that letter, you will not go wrong. They may not ask you for it, but it's just to be on the safe side, because even if you don't have it, they may either turn you down or give you, I think it's a pink slip, to go back and get that document and come back to them, and that would save you time. In 2019 they asked me for the letter, and because I was ahead of my game, I was like, here you go, and they had no reason but to give me the visa. So let's go over that again. You need your transcript. I would recommend that you get the most recent transcript that have your falls grades on it. You need a status letter that states that you're a full-time student, and also one that states what you're doing presently in school. You also need your insurance card, your civics, your DS form, and your passport size pictures. Yeah, so those are the things that you need, and if you have those stuff, then you're ready for the embassy. Now onto the embassy, right? Now upon entering the embassy, they're going to give you this book and they're going to tell you to read it, right? Now when you open it, it's going to say know your rights, and there's going to be a lot of things in there to read. And mind you, you have time to read at least 4 to 5 pages in this, because remember, a lot of person is going to the embassy and you going to have a waiting period. So within that waiting period, they expect you to read this. Now to cheat this, if you're lazy and you just can't be bothered with reading a lot of stuff, I would recommend that you read the first page. Now the first page is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points right here. Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen. You have 6 points in this book, which I will recommend that you know at least 3 of them, because they may ask you 2 out of them. You have the right to be paid fairly, be free from discrimination, be free from sexual harassment and sexual exploitation, have a healthy and safe workplace, request help from the union, immigration and labor rights group, leave an abusive employment situation. Now those are the rights that they list in this book, but in the rest of the book they explain it, they give you numbers and all those stuff. Now if you know any one of these, then you're good to go. So that's one of the questions they're going to ask you. Do you know any of your rights? You're going to hand them your transcript. And the aim of all of these questions is to see how truthful you are. Now, when you give them your transcript and all the other documents, they're going to ask you a question from them. So the next question that they may ask is, what is your GPA? So you see, whatever is on your transcript as your GPA, memorize it. Because if you have 2 and you state that you have 3, they may impossible turn you down. The next thing they're going to ask is, what is your area of study? Whether you're studying IT, business admin, business management, you answer it. And remember, they have your transcript, they have your status letter, so they have the answer right before them. And why would you lie anyway, right? The question that they asked me in 2019 was, what are the courses that I'm doing? Remember, I gave them the letter that this is the present courses that I am doing, right? And they're going to ask me a question even though I presented to them, but they want to see that I'm actually telling the truth. So they're going to ask you, what is the courses that you're presently doing? Or they may ask, what is the courses that you did in falls? So try to know at least 3 or 2, if not all. Okay, the next one that they're going to ask is that, where in the US are you going? No, they have your DS form, and your DS form state everything that you'll be doing in the United States of America. No, they're going to ask you, where are you going? So whatever is on your DS form, tell them that's what you're doing. And they may also ask you, what are the position that you're going to work in? So if your DS form say, I'm going to Sugar Bush and I'm going as a waiter, say that, right? Because what they want to do is test your loyalty to see how truthful you are. And another question that they may ask is, have you ever traveled to the US before? So this is a yes or no question. They may also ask, have you ever been on the program before? You answer yes if you have, no if you haven't. If you answer yes, they may ask you, where did you go? Whether you go to Vermont, Wisconsin, Maine, tell them. Okay, it's simple. Now for me, because I went to different states, they had asked me, why did I go to different states? So I told them, because I really wanted to experience the American culture. So going to one state is not really experiencing the culture. While they may ask you why you went to one state, you may say, because I grew to love these people. And personally, I don't recommend to say that, because remember, they're trying to find out if you're going to run off, right? And if they see that you have a liking for something, or you feel comfortable there, especially if you're in your last year, they may say, you know what, this girl don't look like she's coming back. Try to stay far away from making them think that you won't come back to your country, because you're so comfortable in America, you have so much friends and family that you don't need to come back to Jamaica. The number one question that they ask, and that they will always ask, is, have you ever committed a crime? You know, when they asked me this, I just laughed. I was like, no, I haven't. And then once you answer all of these questions and you answer it right, they have no reason but to give you your visa. Once you have all the documents, they have no reason but to give you your visa. Now I hope this video helped you, and I hope that when you go to the embassy that you will be granted your visa. And please, if you watch this video and you follow all of my steps and you went to the embassy and you are granted and you are approved, comment down below and tell me that, hey, I was approved. If not, comment down below, tell me I was denied and this is the reason why I was denied, so that others may get the information that they need to acquire their visa. Now I hope this video was useful to you. If it was useful to you, let me know. So this is your girl Nessa. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Turn on the post notification so whenever I release a new video, you will be the first to know. Bye.